Hey, what's up, guys? It's Hooksa here, coming at you with a short little video. Hey, the words that I'm looking at today, the teachings of Christ that I'm looking at is Matthew 11:28 through 30. And as I'm looking at, check it out, in your free time, whatever, see what that passage is talking about. But as I look at that, it reminds me of how thankful I am for my burdens, how thankful I am for the things that make me weary in life. Because it wasn't for those things, I would not come to him. I would not be seeking him. I would be missing out on that treasure that so many people just go by and not even look at because their life is going, quote unquote, so well. It's that person you ask them, how you doing? I'm good, everything's good. They're not going to have any perceived need for Christ, so thus they won't follow him, they won't go to him. But all my troubles, especially stuff I'm going through, now, rebuilding my life, it's causing me to want to seek him more, realizing nothing else can satisfy. But every time I draw close to him, that's where I have joy, that's where I have peace. And then it's a daily thing too, because when I back away, that's where stress happens. That's where life starts happening, and I start losing my sight of him. It's kind of like Peter, when he seen Christ walking on the water. He called to him and said, Christ, have me come walk to you, if that's you. Christ said, come on the boat, walk to me. Peter got out of that boat, and now he's walking on the water, focusing on Christ. But as soon as he took his eyes off Christ and started looking at the waves, looking at all the stuff around him, as soon as he took his focus off, he started to sink. I'm realizing that's the same thing with us. On a daily basis, it's about taking on his yoke, abiding with him, keeping the focus on him, because if I don't, I start to sink in this world. Look at this passage. It says, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. It's beautiful. Again, if we don't have a need, we won't come to him. If everything is good, we won't come to him. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. It got me thinking also, what is his yoke that he talks about that is so easy to bear? Because, looking back, I am struggling trying to, live this Christian life. And more I'm seeing the reason I'm struggling is because taking on his yoke, what was Christ's yoke? What was his burden? It was absolutely to be surrendered to the Father. Absolute surrender to him. I still have not done that. I'm still looking at my life and seeing, what's in it for me, my wants, my needs. I've not surrendered to Christ, not surrendered to God. But as soon as I make that switch, that's where it becomes easy, because of God's grace is that thing that gives you that power to live that Christian life. But until you surrender to him, you're not taking on his yoke. You're not taking on his burden. Your life will not be easy. Well, my life will not be easy. But that's just my thoughts for today. Again, I'm starting John 7:17 back over again, because I rushed through it, and I'll be on this thing till I die. Peace out, guys. Day 2. Have a good one. I love you guys in the Lord.